Yeah, we're back again, unsurprisingly, right? We're still here, we're still sticking around. Hugo, MIBR versus Navi, second map in this series about to begin. And it is Dust2, the map that Navi picked into, one that they've always looked pretty comfortable on. So I think for MIBR, if we don't see something change, if we don't see a couple of individuals recover, really I'm looking at Lucas there, then this could... Oh my... That's disgusting. This could spell disaster for MIBR.
Man, Guardian just dinked KNG and Fur in middle. That's ridiculous. He loses his life, unfortunately, but still damage done. And KNG doesn't realize that Flamey has crept out through the doors, gets away with that kill, and trades it back into a 4-on-4. I love this setup. Double long, or double car rather. The issue with this is it's only going to work for a long play. However, Mich is in that position right now with a bomb. So if they do commit to a play out through long, then the double car setup would definitely surprise Navi. That being said, it is going to be deconstructed. Taco playing that headshot angle, or sorry, invisible headshot angle, where your head is not visible or shootable. Do love to see it, but Navi aren't going anywhere towards B right now. Up towards the catwalk with that bomb. Eventually coming late through long. It's actually been spotted. That's Flamey rather getting seen. And Simple with the raid boss tries to fight mid. It's going to send Fallen back to this A site. Triple setup here as the bomb comes and joins up on catwalk. And MIBR look to hit these shots of the USPs.
Oh, Electronic getting rid of Fur inside of the site. Now Lucas following suit, and this is where Fallen is trying to save the day, doing his damnedest, but Flamey taps him down. It's only Taco left, down in CT right now, and they know that Navi have just spotted him. Taco, what can he do here? Does get rid of Flamey. Still two players left to find. Simple and Boomich on the other side, and they're both going to go in towards Elbow, but Taco's seen one, and now he knows that they're both there. They both try and set up over towards the site. Taco, another kill, and just looking for Simple, but that's a little too much to ask. And Simple there, beating him in the head-to-head. So close for Taco, but not close enough. Pistol round goes the way of Navi.
Yeah, Navi almost threw that one away, Harry. That would have been an absolute mess if they gave that pistol round to Taco. That was a 1-on-4, but great work from him to get back into the round. Not going to be enough to close it. And it's going to be Navi starting things off on their map pick. They're already a map up in this series. Looking to make quick work with a 2-0. Force buy for MIBR on round number 2. We got a scout on Fallen and the usual investments just around it. KNG gets into lower, but that would have been commed and collected. Electronic takes him down, and Simple holds a tunnels push. That's two players dead on B. Navi, they don't have to commit off the back of that, and they're probably a bit scared of doing so, considering there could be another stack there. It's almost like pushing two players down Banana or an Inferno, only to have three hiding in the site. Navi don't want to fall for any kind of bait. Falling back out in middle, losing his head as well to Electronic, and it's just Lucas left up on long. Had a rough game, as you said, back on train. Maybe Dust2 will be a little more his style, but certainly not this round in a 1-on-5.
And Navi are still being so careful. They're not picking up the pace. They're not just running into a bomb site. They're being very meticulous in holding and clearing all of these positions as they try and figure out where Lucas is. Of course, we know he's over here towards Catwalk with this Deagle. Guardian was holding for that, but he's since gone rotating away. This is going to be the 2-0 start for Navi. And obviously, considering that was the force buy for MIBR, it should be a 3-0 lead before we see that first buy come in for the Brazilian squad.
Ooh, there's a scout shot. Guardian's hunting him down now. Walk is out, and it will find the headshot. Lovely stuff. Navi 2-0. And that's exactly like you expected, Harry. It should continue to go in that way as well, with no real investment coming into this round here for MIBR. Navi's breeding grounds of Dust2 right now. We saw them back on train. I mean, obviously a map that they haven't really been too successful on as of late, but MIBR picking into things. Blade said in the interview with James it was a bit of a surprise, but yeah, Navi able to get a pretty concise win there regardless. And straight out through long in this one, Boomich with the Mac 10 looking to make some money, and he's got two. Third stolen away by Simple. Guardians even killed a man out middle, and Taco alone. 1 on 5 has been spotted. It's going to be a quick affair here as Navi run through that B site on the flank. Electronic looking to kill the backstab. It's Simple there first, and 3-0. All things going as we expected here to start off this map. But the buy is in, Harry, and the AWP is available for MIBR. Davey was saying on the desk that we are going to be seeing double AWPs every single time MIBR can invest in them, and let's see if that will be the case. Yep, straight in with 2.
Yeah, wasting no time. They've been more than keen to bring that out. You know, thinking back to Train, that was a real priority of theirs. And here on Dust, especially on the CT side, that's even stronger. Now, Guardian has got his AWP over towards mid. Mich very fast out towards the long doors, but he is so blind. Can't see anything, and that allows a free kill to come in for Lucas. It goes untraded. MIBR seeming a little bit unaware just as to how many players Navi have out here in long. No one keeping any eyes on it. Fallen, the one man who was trying to, gets dropped. And so they're very quick to try and reposition here. MIBR know with those 3 players down towards CT after getting pushed off the crossroads, this is anything but ideal for holding the A bomb site. So they're quick to boost the man up towards Catwalk. He can now keep an eye on that. That's Fur. And they're going to throw KNG up into the site with the AWP as well. They've done a good job of dodging the danger that would be getting stuck in that CT spawn area. All it takes then is a smoke to completely nullify them. KNG able to erect some sort of defense, but there's Guardian smashing it down. His second kill in this round with the AWP. 1 AWP is apparently all it takes as he bests both of them on the Brazilian side.
Yeah, I wonder if Simple will pick one up off of the body on top of this site. We'll have to wait and see. It's not really a necessity for the T side, and you know, when you know that MIBR are coming into an eco next round, they might just opt for the rifles instead. But no, Electronic is yoinking it. I don't know what he was throwing it out the map, maybe getting rid of it. Yeah, not letting MIBR have any chance of saving that gun. Don't want the bomb to blow it in the direction of these Brazilians. There is a player up on Catwalk.
Mate, I don't think you have to worry about that Electronic, though. I mean,
yeah, I like it.
Unless they're boomerangs, there's not too much of a danger of them. I mean, even then, if it was a boomerang, it would just come back to Electronic. They're not frisbees. You know, they are AWPs. They are weapons at the end of the day. That bomb is not going to blow them all the way down through mid. Fur doesn't want to go down here, and he's not going to let them find him.
Yeah, Simple knew he was there as well. He jump spotted down lower and got that info, but can't win the fight. And Navi go 4-0 up regardless of those last couple of kills coming through for MIBR.
That's
Gun saved.
You think about this best of 3 and what hang on a minute.
Talk about FOVs.
Mate, honestly, these FOV changes that Valve added that let you play around with the FOV on GOTV have been fantastic. I know that Rush is a huge fan of them.
Loves a FOV.
He loves it. And he's been toying around. He's been seeing what he can come up with. But yeah, you think about, you know, what this... Oh my word. There's a smoke there. That's not even fair. You think about what this best of 3 means, though, Hugo. Right, the winner of this, they've got a chance, if they win one more best of 3, to head straight in to those semi-finals. So this really can make all the difference.
Well, Navi in pole position to get that spot taken in just the first couple of days here, but MIBR, can they put up a fight in this 4-on-5? Already lost KNG in middle. He tried to battle through those doors, get control towards lower, but the smoke spam was enough to get rid of him. Fallen waiting close mid as well. Have no one watching Catwalk here for MIBR. A big gap in this defense. Obviously, they've got to leave a gap somewhere with only having 4 players alive, but Navi haven't exploited that just yet. Looking for a mid to beat. Mich is out and about in the middle position, and Fur might just spot this as well. He does, falling back, so can come that to his team. Fallen can try and hold on to this position from the doors, and Navi are actually going to bail from this. They want to get out of that B site, back up towards the Catwalk. Bomb still hanging around in middle as utility has been thrown out by Simple just to keep these players in their position. Electronic isn't going to commit to the B play on his own, though. In 25 seconds, Navi can't afford to leave this too late. They've still got to get up the Catwalk and take control of A. Fur's in the spawn to try and fight back. That smoke is going to give Navi the room to drop into CT if they want, but Flamey's already got that opening kill. Fur can't find a headshot, can't even find a face, and Boomich getting dinked, but he can still cross with that bomb. Guardian's taking his attention away. Double dinks from Fur, but still no kills in this round for MIBR. Finally, Fur getting dropped in the spawn with that mid-wrap, and at this point, it's all a done deal. Damage doesn't matter. Taco's in a 1-on-5.
Yeah, such a shame, right? Fur brings 3 players down to their knees. You look at the HP on Navi right now, and it would feel so doable if only there was a little bit more in the server from MIBR. Regardless, it's a 5-0 start here from the Navi T side, and it's showing absolutely no signs of slowing down. I think, you know, after Train was so dominant, a map that we know Navi aren't massive fans on, and Blade, you know, he did say how they've been focusing on it, right? How they've been trying to come up with a few new ideas. I think the moment that that game started so dominantly, it really did set a precedent for Dust2. And they are delivering on that right now on the Navi side. No one's slowing down. Electronic still keeping up his game-winning performance from the map prior. Flamey coming in just behind, and then Simple one behind that. So the same 3 stars from that first map, still putting up numbers, still looking good in the server. Obviously, it's early days, but that is a very promising sign here for Navi fans all across the world.
Not the most promising for MIBR though. KNG still 0-0-5 with no ADR, Harry. Not any damage. That is a rough spot to be in, but sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles. And MIBR, well, they're going to look to try and resurge with the pistols here. Flash ready for long. Fallen can throw that in once MIBR want to activate, but no one's out into this position just yet. Navi are taking their sweet, sweet time to clear out the long doors, knowing what they're up against in terms of this low buy. Lots of utility thrown into B by Simple to try and fake this out, but there's the flash to get Navi into long. Mich is blind, but he's got the cover from his teammate. 2 more, make that 3 actually. Flamey getting his 2nd kill. Mich stops KNG in the pit, and they know that Fallen is nearby as well. He'll go around the corner to his death, and that leaves just Taco alone on B. They should be able to read his position because Simple has kept him here all round by throwing in all his grenades. And they have him trapped as well. Electronics deep in mid, so no getting out of here alive if you're Taco.
And that's the thing, man. Like I don't know. Right now for MIBR, I'm not seeing this same squad that we're used to seeing. Right. I don't think that this is a very good representation of how they're going to look at this event, because even starting the day, right, even if you think back to as early as a few hours ago, they look like a completely different team. Now, obviously, that round there was only pistols, but I'm looking at this within the context of this map and the previous. It's all just felt a little bit disjointed and a few players struggling, both on Train and now carried forward into this map. One of those is KNG. That's one of these double AWPs that we talk about that makes MIBR so deadly. The other man, Fallen, he's got the AWP out in this round. But it sounds like you hear the typing in chat. Technical pause has been called on in.
Yeah, this round is not live.
That is from the MIBR side. I'm going to take some time to figure out what the problem is. Fallen's PC had a little crash. As I said it, I feel like I'm just cursing everyone today, man.
Yeah.
I broke the SSD in my PC just earlier on.
What did you do to it, Harry?
You know, I was just in the files. I was swapping some things around. You know, I don't want to go too into it, but that's how I'm.
System 32.
Yeah. And I broke the SSD there, and then I bring up Fallen's name, and now his PC's crashed. I don't know. I think I'm doing more harm than good at this point.
It's like a death note, Harry.
I'm like Tabson from the group stages.
That's actually
anyone who didn't tune in, yeah, Tabson was quite the little gremlin when it came to
breaking peripherals.
But we're just restarting Fallen's PC now. Oh, yeah. I feel bad. I didn't even need to curse them any more than I did.
Yeah, they're having a rough enough time, Harry. Give them a break. 0-6 down here.
You know what, man? I'll do a special spell now so that when Fallen's back in, he's gonna. I'm calling it, right? I'm putting everything on this. This is a big Fallen round right here, right now. I've imbued him with the luck of the Gingers.
I think you can only curse. I don't think you have.
Great,
You can only do bad.
I mean, that is what being soulless does to you, right? Like, I can't see the good. I just live for the bad. That said, bad Fallen is quite the game breaker when he's in the server. So we'll have to wait and see. Scary thing is as well, right? This is the Navi T side, and this is the time where we're really not going to get to see that double AWP come out much. You're imagining that that's still in the tank. You've still got the ability of Guardian and Simple to bring those out in the second half. I think for MIBR, it's important that they at least give themselves a bit of a buffer, right? Because that was the problem back on Train. After a 12-3 half, it looked like finally MIBR were actually starting to get their heads in the game, right? And we started to see more of the MIBR that we wanted to see. I'm trying to look at the more positives here. And I think as long as they're able to get 5-6 rounds in this first half, there is still a chance for the Brazilians, but you first have to reach that kind of minimum point, that buffer that we talk about.
Yeah, let them get one, Harry. That's still up for question, though. But we do have the money for those double orbs as well, of course, that MIBR are always going to be keen to put into pole position here on the CT side. Great to see Guardian landing some shots at the AWP. I think, you know, it's certainly safe to say he has been a bit of a liability in this team. I'm just going to throw that out there, right? We saw him back at Malmo have some rough games, and even in the Pro League as well, that actually got Navi to this spot. Guardian, you know, he wasn't having the best of form. It was often left down to Simple to win a lot of these AWP fights, and you know, with Guardian taking the AWP over Simple, it's, you know, it's always that question mark, right? Obviously, Simple's got to be okay with it because, you know, they're back in a team together, and there are words being said that these guys get on now, and that's all good, and there's no drama, and that's what you like to see. But yeah, Guardian has had some great games today, and that's certainly good news for the future of Navi at this event.
Well, yeah, because there were a few question marks, and I think justifiably so, right? Guardian, when he first joined this squad, when we first saw him make his debut back in the group stages of the Pro League, he was still doing all right, but it wasn't those vintage. When you think Navi and you think Guardian, mate, you think of some of these fantastic AWP highlights. You think of him in the height of his career, and it feels like, you know, he's still got a little journey to go till he gets there. And obviously, I think as well, you know, the fact that even on an individual basis, there was that interview with Flamey done very, very recently, where he was talking about how there's still work to be done with him as an individual as well, but there's a lot of signs of progress. I think Guardian kind of fits into that remit as well, right, within this squad. Still trying to figure out exactly, you know, where it is you're going to slot him in. Obviously, he's had some time away from the CIS scene after going international with FaZe Clan, so he's used to you know, he's had his mind expanded to a few different styles now.
He learned that Cash was a map.
Yeah, and then promptly unlearned it as a map as well.
Yeah.
It might be throwing production under the bus a bit, but I would love if we could speak to Rush a little bit in this lull in the action. Hear what he has to say. We love doing that back in the group stages. We always gave Rush his fair share of love and attention on the camera. But maybe not for now, as we're still waiting for this tech pause to come to a close.
Yeah, I saw the players typing that Fallen was just reconnecting to Steam, and then hopefully we should be back in. We've got confirmation, 60 seconds, and we'll be back in with the action here. For those just joining us, Navi 6-0 up on the second map after winning MIBR's map pick. Hello, Rush.
All right, how you doing?
Hello.
Not bad, mate, not bad.
How are you? Yeah, I see you in your little checkered number there. I'm just wondering, Rush, when it comes to this game, who are the players that you're going to be keeping an eye on most? Over on that, I'm going to give you a challenge.
AWPers of both teams.
Yeah, AWPers of both teams. That's been your little strategy. Have you got any fancy camera angles for us here on Dust2? Any that you haven't shown us yet?
Everything you've already seen.
Everything we've already seen.
My friend over here will have some extra ones that maybe you haven't.
Ooh, I like that. Little tease for the future. Well, Rush, we'll... While we got you here, I think... Oh, actually, you know what? I think we're done with you, man. Let's just get you off. Let's get you out. Yeah, I see the servers counting down. We're going to let Rush go back to his day job. We'll move him away from being on camera as he gets ready to observe this game. It's back underway. That little break has come to a close. We were giving everyone a bit of time to just take in what we've witnessed. A very strong-looking Navi and MIBR sleeping at the wheel. Has that little pause, that little break in the action spurred them on, heading into round number 7.
Harry, you predicted many moons ago that Fallen was going to pop off in this round.
I did. That was way at the beginning of that pause. Yeah. Let's see if it comes true.
Let's see. He's up on Catwalk right now with the AWP. Navi just moving their way through middle. Guardian is holding on to the mid doors, and the Molotov from Electronic down lower will force Fallen back. That gives Catwalk to Navi. Although he's fallen back to a powerful AWP position. And Fur's actually taking control towards the long doors. Flamey gets a nice spam off. And Fur actually decides to duck out. That's a smart decision. Doesn't want to overcommit to that angle. He gets seen as well. Fallen going to re-aggress after this molly has faded, and this could be well timed, but there's so many players. Surely he can't get more than one. The trade should be imminent, but he does get away with that. Lucas re-peeking and getting a second, and that's a double down for Lucas, dropping everyone and the bomb here on Catwalk. Even takes the orb. He's waiting for the flick on Simple, but peeking from the left side, Simple catches him off guard. They haven't got the bomb quite back under their control as Fallen still sits here on the Catwalk, but with this bit of time, Taco's come in from the tunnels and he's moved in on that T-spawn flank. Fur's even fully pushed up from long as well. Navi, they don't realize it, but they have enemies behind their lines.
Oh, indeed they do. Fur is on this wrap. Alongside him, Taco going on a separate journey all the way through T-spawn. Both players getting information. Simple's retrieved that orb from the Catwalk. But now Taco and Fur both arriving, both on this lurk, and Simple not ready for it. Now leaves Flamey alone.
Oh, nice shot from Flamey, but at this point he's just going to get the orb. He realizes no time to retrieve the bomb and get a plant, so may as well just scavenge a weapon. He is being covered by KNG, and yeah, he's just going to hold on to his AK instead. They know they have the money. He may as well hold on to the gun rather than risk losing his life while grabbing that AWP. So, first round taken from MIBR, Harry. Maybe the PC breaking was what they needed. Just a bit of a breather, a bit of a moment to catch their breath. And some fresh air now for them as they find a CT side round. Nice aggression from Lucas on short. This double setup between Fallen and Lucas turns out very, very well. And Navi coming back in with guns.
Yeah, obviously the one downside there for MIBR is they lose that AWP on Fallen and they're not able to repurchase it here. So that double AWP is a distant dream, and already the man advantage taken in this round. With a fast mid play from Navi, they catch Fur trying to play anti-flash, trying to tuck himself in. And so already 5-on-4 up with Catwalk control. We've seen the real kind of meta change on Dust2 into being very Catwalk focused for these A-side plays. It isn't uncommon to just see Ts grab this side of the map, throw that close smoke that lets you get a bit deeper onto elbow, and then commit to these A plays. So with Navi already having this much control towards this side of the map so early on in the round, that feels like what's going to be the decision here for the Navi side.
Fallen staying around that smoke, keeping an eye on it, just making sure that Navi aren't committing to a mid to B, but nothing's coming through, and KNG confirms that from the window of the B site. Flashes over the Catwalk, and Fallen doing his best to avoid them. There's a player dropping in. Fallen should have the drop on him, and he does. Mich is down. Back to a 4-on-4 here. Fallen still committing in the spawn, and now the AWP is coming up as well. Needs to be careful. He finds these headshots. Guardian on the other side, and Fallen almost gets around that corner. Not quite. Guardian taking the advantage back for Navi, but 25 seconds, they can't rotate. They have to commit towards this A site right now. They will be able to get a bomb plant. No one's stopping that, but Lucas is still on long, holding onto his own, taking down Flamey, and that's set MIBR up very well for the retake.
Yeah, it's given them a chance, but with that bomb now planted for Catwalk, and oh, actually, I don't think it is. So Simple's position could get punished here. Luckily enough, him and Electronic are good for a killer piece, and that's going to leave them with the man advantage. Lucas trying to close the gap as he makes his way up long. Does find Guardian there, who gets a bit overzealous with that peek. Now just has to deal with Simple, but many a man have tried and failed this exact task. He's looking, and Simple now emerging in with 2 kills to round that one off, and 2 for Electronic, as both of these two vying for top spot on Navi. Currently it belongs to Electronic, but I'm liking this little competition between the two of them. Navi 7-1 up regardless, and once again an all too familiar situation for MIBR. They're into the doldrums, they don't have any cash, they're investing what they can. Fur's got a hero M4. Dust2 though, not a fantastic map for it. I'm wondering where they want to try and play with this solitary rifle. They send it up towards Catwalk, they throw Fur into a boost, and as a result, he's going to be very, very fast on this flank. It might not matter though, because this A site already belongs to Navi. They just don't know it yet.
Oh, they double back though. Electronic's gone to check the flank, and he's just missed the timing. Fur has gone the long way round through T-spawn, checking everything, making sure there's no late B players here, as I think MIBR realize this round isn't winnable, but They're just looking to take every kill they can. KNG 0-7 looking to get his first on the board, but missed shots and Mich takes him down. Fur will finally win a duel with his M4, but he's now being held. Simple's here with the AWP, and Fur, he's looking to tuck tail with this gun. Taco's got another as well, so it's going to be an 8th round here for Navi on the T side, and MIBR looking to save face and hold on to a couple of weapons. That's another unfortunate round for MIBR, right? That fast cat flank could have done everything there, but Navi, you know, the one time they don't sit around long, they just fully commit towards the A site off the back of that first pick and double down the pace. So it's going to be an 8-1 scoreline, and MIBR at least going to be able to buy up going forward. That AWP, or AWPs, plural, will be a factor once again, and nice exits at least found by the CT side, but Mich, what a shot, nails Fur to the wall. Taco will respond, but that's still a lost gun here for MIBR. It's never a worry for Navi, they have all the money in the world, but MIBR scraping together every buy that they can get.
Yeah, these double AWPs are back in for MIBR. But, I mean, it's just, they're so expensive to invest in, and MIBR have been getting very little return out of this investment, right? Fallen thus far is the only man to have gotten a kill with an AWP for this Brazilian squad. And finally, there we go. KNG's on the board, he gets one. And can this be a bit more confidence thrown into this man? We know how strong he can be when he's feeling it. And he certainly wasn't feeling it to kickstart this game. But when you're hitting shots like that, man, I don't know, that should be the confidence booster that he needed.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous kill. Pre-aimed for the boost down in lower there. It's not every day you see someone just hold that angle. Very dedicated. As Navi lose the first man. And where do they go from here now? Up Catwalk with the Molotov down. Fur ready with plenty more grenades. Oh, I like this setup. KNG, he's going to be making first contact, and then Fur can peek off the back of it. Guardians here with the AWP as well. Navi going to send a couple players back towards the top of T-spawn, make sure that no one's flanking from that B site. They've had no control towards the tunnel since that initial pick, and Fur goes wide to his own demise. Guardian catching that frag. Simple setting up that A cross smoke. But he's been smoked off in the process. KNG denying Navi the entrance towards this A site. It might send them back into a B play here if Mich can regain control of the tunnels coming late down middle. But instead he just spams the doors on these rotating players. And Fallen, he's moved off the B site to great effect. He's found a kill and can now go back into B. Lucas on long, great off angle, and Flamey can't predict it. It's Simple and Guardian left alive in a 2-on-4.
Yeah, and Taco makes quick work of them both. With that spray, he'll find Simple and Guardian up on Cat. Even if he didn't, there were so many players nearby and so little time that round was MIBR's all day long. Tactical pause now for Navi. They're going to try and figure this one out. If you remember back on train, you know, MIBR, they were able to get their heads back in the game towards the very end. Man.
Fast.
That is so quick. But, yeah, I mean, you know, you look at the money, while it was approaching the kind of realms of being maxed out for Navi, as we saw the exact same back on train. I know I keep referencing a lot, but there's a lot of parallels to be drawn between these.
What was the first map of this series, Harry?
It was that one, mate, with the... oh, what's it called on it, mate? The trains, that's the one. Yeah. But, no, I
Overpass.
Mean, I can remember... Yeah, actually, that does also have a train on it. You're not wrong.
But I'm also
Ever
not
since
right.
they made it, you know, so much more quiet and less obnoxious, I just forget it's there.
Yeah. Until you try and 5-stack boost and then boom, it's in your face. Triple B stack here, or at least 3 players crossing, Fallen staying in middle, so maybe MIBR expecting a B play after that pause. It might be the case after all. Electronic, he's found that kill down middle, the AWP getting removed, and a quick mid to B smoke is really going to put fear in the hearts of MIBR. They are more than expecting a mid to B play at this point, but Navi never want to overcommit, never want to run the gun too fast. KNG's going to flash Taco into this fight. Let's see if that flash is good enough, and it will at least blind one, but Electronic's there with a trade immediately. Great anti-flash play from Electronic. That smoke's going to fade though. He needs to hurry up with the cross. KNG getting spotted, and Electronic is so good. 3rd kill of the round. B play getting crushed by MIBR as Fur finds Simple coming through the tunnels. It's a 2-on-2 right now, and Navi going back towards long.
And that's the thing, you know, I think if you give Navi the wake-up call that they can't just keep taking wherever they want on the map when you're not letting them play their own game, that's how you're going to finally start to instill a bit of vulnerability in these guys who have just seemed so on top of this entire series. Lucas now up on Catwalk, just trying to buy some time, but Flamey's going to land a blinder of a shot in spite of getting brought down low. Bomb plant here found, and it's for a lone B rotator left in this clutch. He's got a lot to do, and that smoke might just slow him down. Instead, he's going to try and go through it. Tries to play around this. Nade gives up his position and doesn't find all too much damage. Guardian's just homed in on the angle. And that's a quick 9th round picked up there for Navi.
Yeah, nice reaction to not overcommit with that B play once they lose simple inside of the site. Electronic gets a lot of value out of that mid position, finds 3 kills, and only 1 man commits towards B. Navi lose him, and without that entry into the site, they just go, screw it, let's take long. We know that MIBR aren't going to have players here in this 2-on-2, and we can at least get close towards the A site and trade effectively. They don't even need to. They win both those duels. So 9-2 right now. And back towards mid, of course. Electronic and Boomich going to be pressuring the doors as is normal. Fur is here, but he can't really take this fight with an SMG, just has to hold the tight corner. And
I do love how Navi have been playing mid, right? They have Guardian just hold Suicide down from spawn, watching the door, and that allows every round Electronic to just rush down mid. And he gets there so fast. He's found so many openers from that fast mid play. It's almost unreal that we haven't had a bit more attention over on middle this round. He gets boosted, thrown up onto his teammate's head there over at short and pulls it back into a 4-on-4. Fool and will go unchecked though. And now, not armed with his trusty AWP, he's only good for 1. Taco has managed to keep this even, and Lucas arriving from long. He might only be 13 points of health, but he's still putting up numbers. Boomich, he's decided to leave A. Down through mid he goes. Now, as this bomb plant doesn't come in, MIBR have to start to consider this as a possibility, but there's no way you expect him to have done it this early on.
Yeah, this is such a play from Boomich. So heads up, he knows that MIBR are going to reroute and regroup to retake, and now they have to go all the way back down towards B with that bomb plant coming in. That's going to cut off time significantly, and they do not have a kit for this retake. Boomich moving back into middle, and surely they don't expect this play. Oh, he may have just brained them hard, Harry. Double mollies, though, and double flashes. They could check this corner, and they should be able to trade, you'd like to think, but do they check it? That's the question. One goes by, and Boomich playing it like an absolute beast. He finds them both.
Boomich is in their heads, man. He knows what he's doing. He plays the trigger discipline, and he just waits. And that there is heartbreaking for MIBR, but a huge, bulging brain on the shoulders of Boomich. A 10th round for Navi. Look at this, man. He knows he's got it locked in. And there's that moment of realization. Lucas just turning around, but he almost is like, well, I'm dead. Like,
it's just such a sick read. He knows that they're grouping back on long or short to win that round, to try and retake A. And he knows that no one will come tunnels. They just have to come CT. It's a fastest point of rotation. And MIBR didn't have a kit to go anywhere else. So,
not
just
only
glorious.
that, man, even if he only gets 1 kill from that position, he knows the other guy, at worst, is going to have gone maybe through, like, T-spawn, and as a result, there's going to be very little time left. He knows he can just waste time in the window and at the doors. Everything about that is perfect from Navi, and now they're only up against the pistols here in this one. Admittedly, there's some armor behind it. It is a partial investment, but already losing a man. This double cat setup has to try and save the day, but instead, Boomich has torn it apart, and now it's only Fallen left. He might be able to deal with Flamey, and he will, but surely that's it for Fallen here. There's already someone moved in to try and shut him up, and now Navi on the cusp of 11. They're going to get there.
This has just been an excellent T-side for Navi. You want to know the craziest factor as well? Apart from that previous round with Boomich there, and I guess just here with Electronic running into B, we've not seen Navi go towards that B bomb site. Now, to be fair, there haven't been many bomb plants anyway. They've been winning most of these rounds via duels. But even so, Navi have just been splitting A round after round and winning it almost every single time. It's always nice to know that you're 11-2 up off of that. And at any point, Navi can just throw in a B rush. And MIBR, they're not playing numbers towards B because Navi aren't going there. So that's in the back of the minds of MIBR at every point, knowing that, you know, whenever Navi feel like it, they can just rush B. And, you know, sometimes that can really just absolutely tear apart an entire CT side. You know, you hit the B rush at the right time, you kill the one man there, and there you go. You have a 5-on-4, the CT save. And that's just terrifying to know that that hasn't even had to be used yet. Navi is still 11-2 up. So this has just been excellent stuff, and looking for a couple more just to round out the half.
Oh, finally they deal with this mid-aggression though from Navi, Fool and Zorp. Getting rid of Mich there early on, and that's quite the scalp to find. He's now going to try and lead this ragtag bunch of misfits from beyond the grave. Fallen still over in mid, baits in that kill there as Electronic was looking for the trade, allows KNG the easiest kill of his career. No one keeping an eye on that position. And MIBR now 5-on-3 up, one of the best starts to a round they've ever had. Guardian, Simple, and Flamey left on the other side, though. Not a trio you want to underestimate here if you're MIBR. I like this decision to double up over towards Long from Fur and Lucas. They're locking down this side of the map. KNG in that A-bomb site, armed with the Krieg. He's in a position where he can just take this first fight, try and go for this first kill, and then just play delay, right? Hide behind that box, waste time, give some time for Fur and Lucas to move up Long and throw some supportive flashbangs and the like. And we might get to see that fall into place now with Navi throwing the cat smoke to try and get them out.
Oh, this utility is perfect from KNG. The molly lands as the smokes come through for Navi and even flashes to delay this push. That smoke's going to fade sooner rather than later, and Lucas has already found the first crossing player. KNG coming into his own, but actually not winning that duel. It's Simple to flick back past the flash with a frag. 20 seconds, and that AWP finds another. Surely not like this. Navi can't, MIBR can't afford to throw away this, what was a 5-on-2. Simple waiting for the shots out on CT. There's a player on Catwalk as well, but Flashbang giving away that position. Boost up, and it is traded. Simple in the clutch, but he can't close it out. Fallen finds the shot with the AWP, and that will be the retake there for MIBR. Definitely got scary, but at this point, they will take every round they can get, and there's only one left of the half.
Yeah, I was going to say, someone might want to grab that. Someone might want to get on that. Woo. But yeah, they will. They go ahead. It looked like they were both about to rotate off. I was very, very worried for a moment, but it's been dodged. And that will be the third round now for MIBR. Still, the real danger that this could be another 12-3 half for Navi is ever present, right? The money's just not been a problem for them all game long. So, of course, there's another buy coming in here. AWPs come out on Guardian, rifles to everyone else. They've got all the utility they could possibly need. The same can be said over in the MIBR camp for a change. It's only Lucas who's a bit more limited here heading into this round, but that's all well and good. He's been playing over towards Long. He's normally had a teammate there to support him as well. And so this time they actually send KNG toward that side of the map, but the flashbangs are in for Navi, and Lucas has already been removed. KNG now in this position looking for the trade. No one from Navi offering it up just yet, though.
Yeah, the flash pushes him back. He's going to have to boost on top of the site with Fallen. Still two AWPs here on the A site. They can flash in and take a fight. Guardian's been pushed off. He's blind, but not for long. You can easily isolate the player on top of the site, and that's what he does. KNG dead. Does he read Fallen's there as well? No. Loses his head in the process, but Fallen needs a little bit more than that. And with the flash, he goes further forward. Forced back eventually. Really wants to try and get another kill off of this long position, but Navi are not giving him the chance. And Fur, that's an unfortunate timing as he backs off around the corner. We'll be able to get smoked down. Taco's pushed through the mid doors, and Flamey should have seen him, but Electronic coming from behind gets him instead. And that's a B player. They know it. They can just set themselves towards his site. Falling into their sight lines, and he goes down as well. It's just Fur alone in CT. And once that smoke fades, he is going to be on the chopping block as well. Tries to climb above it. I don't know if they saw him, but they read it, and they will take him down. That's just ridiculous. Navi, 12 rounds on the T side of Dust2 with no signs of stopping. We've got that second half coming up in just a second. MIBR about to go 0-2 in this matchup unless they can pull back a miracle.
the sand, forever hold. No matter if we cast away, a fire in the dark. I know that you won't be waiting again. Right from the start, I see the end. A world torn apart, but I know we're meant. Forever hold. No matter if we cast away, a fire in the dark. I know that you won't be waiting again. I know that you won't be waiting
Navi have had enough. They want to go home. They want to get this game done with, and they might just do it in two. 12-3 at the end of the first half here of Dust2, and MIBR almost nothing to show for this series. Can they pull a comeback here? I'm not betting on it, but we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I mean, it would all have to start with this pistol round, right? It becomes so important for MIBR to find success in this one here and now. Fallen donning the utility. The rest of the gang on the armor pistol bite. Simple already opening this round up. He's got that P2K and he's putting it to good use over at short. The flashbang's perfect as well from Electronic. He helps out in a very big way. Fallen will deal with Simple at the very, very least, but it's still a 2-on-4. The odds overwhelmingly in favor of Navi, and Guardians deleted Lucas to make matters worse. Fallen the only man left and a 1v4 to find.
Yeah, the bomb plot would be incredible here, but Navi don't want to give it away. He's spinning, he's circling, but Mich has got the drop on him. We'll be able to stop that bomb from getting planted. He could have committed to a cat plant. I would have liked to see that, but I guess he was scared of the possibility of someone jumping up on CT and getting the shot off. He didn't think they would be so fast on the ramp, but Navi denying that bomb plant. And to be honest, that makes so much difference. This would have been a force buy for MIBR in the second round with Kriegs and potentially AKs here. Well, now they're forcing, but they've not got anything. A scout and 4 pistols, not a good position to be in by any means. And yeah, Betway agree. And I agree with Betway.
And it's one of those rare situations where we all agree with each other. Very rarely do you and I and the Betway guy see eye to eye. Wow, that all rhymed. That was awful. Here's Rush.
Just as awful.
He's good. He's giving us a thumbs up. He's letting us know he's feeling it.
Don't take your hands off the wheel, though. Got to keep him on deck. All 10 of those fingers working the magic right now for Rush as Navi have to deal with this A play. MIBR sending 4 players up the catwalk, and Guardian waiting in the wings, going to peek with that flashbang, but Taco dodges it and he gets shot in the back of the head. Electronic going down to the boost up Lucas, and the bomb has been spotted here. Navi can afford to fully rotate off the back of this information, and they are winning all the duels. Fallen finds one in middle through the doors, but that is a small consolation in an otherwise grave situation. Guardian locking it down with a FAMAS here from the A site, and that's 14 rounds for Navi. Not gonna lie, I didn't like the force buy from MIBR. You know, if they get the bomb plant, fair enough, but without it, Harry, they're now down 14-3 with an eco. They could just keep forcing if they want.
Yeah, I imagine that's kind of got to be the decision, right? Like, surely that's all you can do at this point. I mean, you're really putting a lot of faith in your T side here if you take this eco in this round. And they are going to. They're just going to run a couple of Deegs. He's a bit awkward because he can't actually fully invest. Actually, no, he should be okay to get something like a Galil or an AK with the armor behind it. But yeah, this is gonna be map and series point for Navi, and very, very dominantly as well. You know, I mean, we've been speaking a lot about how this is kind of sad for MIBR in the sense that they looked great at the start of the day, and this doesn't feel like that same team we were watching earlier. But for Navi, I think this is fantastic, and it sets us up so well looking to the future at the rest of these finals and how they're going to pan out, because they're not messing around, man. They're looking fire in the server.
Obviously, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm going to. You know, Navi have constantly been looking for a major winning team, and they've never really been able to find that form. But I think finally we might have a team that could be competing to be, you know, one of the top 3 in the world. And I think here in Odense, if they show that, if they make a run and they get to those grand finals, I have real high expectations for Navi moving forward with the rest of next year.
Yeah, they're saying always the bridesmaid, never the bride comes to mind. And that's been the case for Navi time and time again. Now in this round, first kill found for MIBR. I was hopeful that this could have led to something, but it's immediately traded and equalized out back into a 4-on-4. Electronic even maintaining this pressure over on the catwalk, not ready to concede this to MIBR just yet. And Mich, he's gone running through long, and he's got here for free. Mich could shut this entire round down right now. Doesn't play the trigger discipline. Instead, he's just going to take the 1 kill while he's got it. But that's enough to throw this into disarray for MIBR, because now, if you're falling in this situation, you're telling the rest of the team, well, if they've gone long, they know where we are. They've got a very good idea as to where this play could be coming in. And so MIBR, they've just had to slow right down. They're having to wait to see how many more players lurk in the back line.
Yeah, and the worst part is Mich isn't even there anymore. He's gone back towards the A site, so once they commit up catwalk, Symbol can call for help, and Mich can offer that help. MIBR, scared of the back line, don't need to be anymore. But they aren't to know that. Great grenade as well. Fur put down to 50. Smoke up the catwalk here for MIBR to cross towards the site, but Simple is waiting in the wings. Orb is ready. Flashes are doing a lot of work here, but he's still going to be able to hide behind the boxes. Missed shot, uncharacteristically so, as Taco takes out entry. If he doubles down, there's a chance here for MIBR, but getting dinked by Mich's M4 as he finishes off the job as well. Looking for another, but first taking that kill right back, and the bomb plant will be allowed.
Yeah, but they need to convert it to a round win. Navi, they don't have to go for this, and they know it. They've got a huge buffer between them and MIBR, so they just decide to go for the save.
Really?
They give this one up. They'll give them a 4th round to their name. At the end of the day, Navi, they know they need 11 more in a row, and MIBR haven't even been able to chain together 2 in this entire game thus far. Every single round they've got has just been an isolated incident, and so Navi are just going to treat this as that.
Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise to see the save in a 2-on-2 here. I think the molly on catwalk was the real deciding factor there. If they had the time to get up, they wouldn't have saved likely. But I think the realization is not only do they have a Krieg and an Orb, but they have no money. And if they went for that and they lost both their guns, they would have been on eco. And that's going to give MIBR not only a couple of rounds in a row, but a way back into this game potentially. And although it's still 15-4 at the end of the day, Navi don't want to give MIBR any semblance of confidence to get back into this. So instead, they're going to save those guns, they're going to rebuy right back in, and they're going to look to close it in round number 20.
Also, there's 84 effective flashes on Navi right now, and that pales in comparison to the, 41 on MIBR.
Good maths.
So, yeah, I've had to do that one on the fly. I've had to add that up. It might be wrong,
dear.
it might be right. It doesn't matter because it still spells good night for MIBR. Guardian and Electronic both getting a kill apiece all ready to start this round. And now MIBR, just 3 players remain. They wanted to try and keep their heads above water, but it's already flowing over them. It might be too little, too late.
Yeah, Guardian got a shot through the smoke as well. Just nothing that MIBR can do at this point, is there? 3 on 5 into the site. Guardian has no smoke, but luckily he is avoiding the fire. Oh, no, he's not. It's finally spread. It's finally caught him in the corner. Down to 50 as he just dodges at the end. Electronic, low HP, taking this off, looking for the shots, but Guardian's got the cover. He won't let them cross to the site, and Electronic doesn't need to take a fight as Taco and Fallen look to get up on top of A. Nice shot from Fallen. Allows for the bomb plant, but they don't check short, and Simple's come in on the back line. He will close out the map and the series. It's Navi going 2-0 up against MIBR. They made quick work of them on their map pick of Dust2, and no survivors, no prisoners, just casualties here for the